I don't know which way to turn. That way. Where do I normally sit? Let's get the candles in. Well, I'd advise anyone who's going to listen to this to get yourself a brew, whether you're on live or watching it recorded after. I've wrote some stuff down, but as usual, I'm never really prepared. I'm just going to try and see if I can talk about this in order, but it probably won't be in order. Who likes order anyway? But there's a few little things I want to talk about. They're not negative things, but the things I'm just noticing. Then a few little other bits, and then it's a story about my path, which I've done before, but I just thought I'd come on for some new people who have come on to say it again. Especially, I wrote your name down. Pink, Nini. I'm sorry I can't remember your name. I'll have to write it down for next time, give you a shout out, but your nickname's Nini. And you know who you are if you watch this after, which is a really funny thing is because one of my nicknames is Nini, even though I think you spell it different, I spell it Nene. But hi if you're watching this later. And I've not got my heart mug today. I know it's over here actually, because she commented on this because everyone loves this mug, but she's in America, so this was from the UK. I was chatting to you this morning. Hiya Kelly, you at work? Or I've got this mug. Are you at work? Yeah, so the first thing I'd like to talk about before I talk about my path, so it might be a long one. Are you at work, Kelly? Or are you at work after? Not till 3? That's all right then. Let me see if I can get this right. Oh, first thing is, no, I won't talk about the first thing is, I'll talk about the thing that I need to get off my chest. Then I'll talk about the other things. The other day, a few days ago, ooh, I'm all right, yeah. But a couple of days ago, there's a woman who privately messaged me. I don't need to tell anyone who it is. This person will know when they watch this. And they were telling me that, because this person's not very well, they were telling me that they were shocked because someone had deceived them and been sort of spreading lies, saying nasty things about them, which weren't the truth, but, people like that. And they proceeded to find out that, I think it was, if I'm correct, like family members or someone close, that sometimes you have friends that you can call family, and they just couldn't believe it. And I was trying to tell, we don't always pick our family sometimes, and sometimes it's the people close to you that are the ones that can hurt you a lot. I don't know why people do this. Maybe they're jealous, maybe they don't like some sort of form of attention you're getting, I don't know, but I always think it's them, it's not you, it's them that have the problem, obviously, with themselves. Blah blah. Just thinking of something else to talk about as well. And I'll just proceed to tell them, keep positive. Yeah, jealousy is a massive thing. It's just pathetic, especially when it comes to family. It's like, why would you not want to be happy for your family? So I was telling the other day, keep your chin up, keep smiling, blah, blah, blah. So she got back to me today and she's like, thanks, like you like my precious little light, and you don't know, how much you're helping me, which made me cry this morning because I thought, my God, like I said about getting nice messages, and I thought, she's from the other side of the pond, and I was like, God, that's such a nice thing. But I kept telling her, like I've always said, you just do you. Sometimes you have to say no to people. Sometimes it is people in your family, it is friends, but you've just got to do you. And the people that you know you definitely trust in your family, like I said, you've got a good husband there and kids. You put all your energy on that. Don't even put your energy on thinking about why they've done it, you know, what the benefiting from it. Just do you and love you and your family. Just forget about them. And there'll soon be, I said, like a saying over here in the UK, next week's chip paper. Just forget about it. So on the other side of that, because it's a bit deceitful, I'm just going to say this because I want people to know that I come on here with the messages I bring because I want people to feel positive and it's not all doom and gloom, despite whether people think I'm batty or not. And like I said, there might be people on here that watch me that, because a friend told me the other day, so if you're watching, Rachel, hi, that might watch me and know me. They don't want a message because they feel a bit daft or they're watching from the sidelines, but I don't know who's watching. But at the end of the day, if they see that I'm putting a good message across, then that's what this channel's about. It doesn't matter. But I've come to notice that I think I've been thinking for the past couple of days, there's a couple of people on here, and I've only told a couple of people that I trust just to get the vibes off it, because if it might just be me thinking that, because someone also messaged me today, which was a really lovely message. She'll know who it is. I can't remember what the name was on the message, but said she didn't know how to comment on here, but she was saying, you know, watch your channel, love the positivity. And she was actually, Kelly, she ordered herself a pendulum, so she was looking forward to that coming. Oh, and Emily, if you're watching, I've been to the post office, I'll tell you about that in a minute as well. But and she was saying, you know, the positive, and you don't talk bad of anybody. I've had a few rants now and again, and this little part I'm going to say now is a little bit of a rant, but it's not speaking ill of someone, because like I said, you just don't know what people are going through. But the only thing I do want to say is, past couple of days I've been thinking this thing of, I think there's a few people on here that are being a little bit deceitful. And before I went to bed last night, I was watching this tarot person, I don't know who it was, and it was a message for Pisces again, blah, blah, blah. And they were saying about a stalker. And I thought, I'll watch that one. And it was just saying, you've got someone, the meaning of stalker, but they said you've got someone who's watching you. And I thought, yeah, that's funny, because I do think this person is watching me. Fair enough, I'm on here, anyone can watch. Yeah, that's what it said. So I was like, this is what I've been thinking. But this person's watching, and I don't think they're like properly who they make out they are. And I just think, fair enough, you know, there might be some people that talk to people on, I don't just mean my channel, on other people's channels, pretending to be something they're not. I see, maybe this person's lonely, so they come across as they do this and that because they want to chat. I don't know, that's how I was seeing it, but I just want to say, don't take my niceness for weakness, because I am getting vibes off it that there are a couple of people that are, I don't mean necessarily being deceitful in a wrong way or in a bad way or want to cause harm or anything. It's just, maybe just lonely or something, I don't know, but I just have this vibe that there's something. And that's all I want to say. There's something. Like I've said, anyone's welcome. Doesn't matter what religion you're from, what background, whatever. It doesn't matter whereabouts you are in the world. The only thing is, this channel is for positivity. So if you want to come in here with any negative comments, this, that and the other, you know, don't want you on here. Go somewhere else and spread chaos over wherever. But I'm just saying, and funnily enough, in my book that I said I'm going to start, and I only started a couple of pages, and some of you have seen it where I was just said I was doing this, and then last night or whenever I was just sat down because I'm doing a page on, hi Jack, a page on my star sign. I'd made this like sticker, and I don't know why, and I stuck it there, and it's an eye, and it says, I see you. I see you. And that reminds me of the film Avatar, because I love it when they say I see you. So I see these people. I don't need to call anyone out. I don't need to say anything. I'm just saying, I've got this funny vibe. Could be totally wrong, but we'll see. It'll come out in the end anyway, I think. Well, that was all I wanted to say on that. But to this person where that conversation came in about deceit anyway was, you know, I told her You take no notice, you do you. You know, even if someone was spreading lies or whatever, at the end of the day, if you know what's right, it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks. Things get caught up. And that goes on to this morning. I'm not talking about that yet, Jack. I might talk about that. That's out the window. I'm not bothered about that. I wasn't going to come and do this live because I will get distracted, but there's things I want to say and then there's the chat that I want to do. So if I don't comment on some messages, just because I need to get this out because I get too distracted. So I wrote it down so I remember. But I was watching something on YouTube today. I don't know where it came from. Yeah, well, I need to get my thing out or forget, I'll go off on one and forget what I'm saying. And it was something about, when you're just watching stuff on YouTube and there's things on the side, and I just pressed on it or it came up. And it was Katie Price. We know who Katie Price is, Jordan. And it was, I don't know when this was. It could have been last year. I don't know when it was because I don't watch it. But it was Through the Keyhole with Avid Miriam, what's his face? And they were going, they go through the homes and they go through the rooms. And it was a video someone put up saying, oh my God, Katie Price's house was so dirty, this, that and the other. A lot of people may like her, a lot of people may not like her. I like her. She does look after kids and all that. I don't care what anyone says about her. But at the end of the day, her house wasn't filthy. So she had some rubbish in the background, like, when you're stacking up I do it in the kitchen and take them out, stacking up empty plastic bottles, and there was washing in the background. Well, there's washing upstairs on my landing. There's a pile of ironing I've got to do later when I'm watching telly because I like to do it watching telly. And then there's some drying. Toys about this, that and the other. Like an actually lived in house, like she might have a cleaner now and again, but she actually lives in a house where actually people live, and she has got a lot of kids, so I'm not being funny. I've got Finn and you should see the bomb site he makes in this house with only one child. So you're not telling me the other celebrities, when that person goes in to do Through the Keyhole, of course they're going to go around to get the cleaners and everything to make everything look perfect because the cameras are coming in for the whole world to see. Her house, so she left hers as it naturally was, so what, that's how we all live. And I don't normally comment on, like put something like meh, 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 having a bit of a rant, but it must have been the thing I was in this morning. I just put, do you know what, get a grip of yourself, stop looking at perfect pictures on Instagram and everywhere else where everyone's got a perfect house, this, that and the other. Sometimes my house is really tidy, sometimes it's a mess, especially when Finn's had everything out and it gets tidied up after. Or maybe one day it doesn't. Or maybe you'll see in the background sometimes, I have a pile of plates on my draining board, guys, but they've been washed, they're just drying, because I normally let them dry off a little bit before I put them away with the tea towel. I don't normally wipe them with the tea towel straight away because I was them to get fluff on mine. I just thought, yeah, she lives in a house that's lived in. She doesn't live in a museum where you're not allowed to touch anything and the kids just sit on the couch like that and everything's pristine. So I just basically told that, I think it was a magazine thing, to just get a grip of themselves and like, this is the problem with the world today. Not everybody's perfect. People have imperfections and this, that and the other. And also, Katie Price has been going through a lot with her mother because her mother's got an illness that I think, if I'm right, that she's going to die of. So what if a house is a bit upside down? Oh my God, people. That's my rant today. And I wanted to talk about imperfections as well because these came through the door today. Could have been another thing from China again. I don't know because I can't remember when I ordered them. But they were, when I was talking about crystals, they are like crystal shards and all that. I'd have to look back at the beginning after. And I've never had ones that have come in like got little white bits on it. Like, I know like these bits on it like you can't see through. Maybe they chipped off something. I don't know because I know they were really cheap for just these little bits. But I thought, ooh, they're not like overly pretty. But then I thought, well, they don't have to be, do they? Because they've got imperfections on them. But we've all got imperfections on them. So now I like them because we all have imperfections. But, so I've got that little waffle out of the way. Oh, and I also want to say, because I just heard someone say this and I thought it was the funniest thing. If anyone ever puts you down, like I said, no one's perfect. So whatever they're saying about you, I'm sure they've done it themselves or whatever. But just remember this. Do they shit glitter? And do they piss Prosecco? No, they don't. We're all the same at the end of the day. So I just thought I had to tell you that because I thought it was really funny. And Oh well, we're not. Some of us are then, some of us are not. I like imperfection. But I got this top from, I forgot to show it the other day, thrifted. It's really nice with a zip. And it's grey. And this is grey. This was thrifted, I think, ages ago. I quite like this, but I have to push sleeves up. Can't stand things round here. And, oh, this was thrifted ages ago, actually. But I just went to I didn't go to the charity shop, actually. But, I went to no, I didn't go to the charity shop. I went to the post office this morning. And I went to post Emily's thing. And she didn't give me the postcode the other day. So then she gave it me. Then I totally forgot to write it on the parcel. So I walked off to the post office, got there, shoved the thing through the thing. He was just about to like put it all through and he went, I can't send it. You haven't put the postcode on it. I was like, oh my God, I'll have to go all the way back. Luckily, it's only 5 minutes down the road. So I went, came all the way home, did it again, took it. So Emily, it's been posted. I was like, oh. But on the way there, I never noticed anything. Oh no, that was it, the £5 thing. So the £5 thing, because I've just got a little bit of a chat before I do my path chat, and this is where I might not comment on everybody's comments because I need to get this out and not get too distracted. So don't be offended if I'm not. So the £5 I found the other day was folded up. I'm not saying all men do this, but men tend to, not all men, but I think when this fell out of whoever's pocket, I think it was a man, just because men tend to put notes in the pocket, women tend to use a purse. Some men have a wallet, obviously, but, you know, like folded, like that. England's a big place, folded like this. And I don't fold money like that, because mine normally goes crumpled up in a purse, or if it is folded, it'd be folded like dead skinny like that, only because sometimes I've shoved it in this phone thing like that, because it wouldn't fit in, just folded in half. But normally you know, it wouldn't be folded in half. And I think, if I'm correct, most men, if they stick in a pocket, might fold it in half. Some might shove it in, but I'm assuming when I found it on the floor it was like that. So I put that on the side the other day and thought, right, the milkman's coming. I should say the milkwoman. It's a milkman, but his partner knocks on the door for the money. And Finn likes to go and take the money. So I just give him the £5 and I thought, well, that'll pay for the milk, because I normally only have shrapnel on me, you know, because we all pay by cards and that. And, well, some people do, or some people just shove the change in the back pocket, don't they? And I just thought, oh, that'll pay for the milk money. So Finn gave it to the lady. The lady came back and changed. That was gone. I knew I didn't have any money about, because I have different bags, but I always check, and it's normally only bits of change, you know, bits of shrapnel, bits of copper that I have in the bottom of my bag, which I normally throw in a thing for milk money, because it mounts up anyway for my milk money. And something this morning before I went to post Emily's post just said, look in your bag, the bag that I've not been using. And I just had £5 in my head. And I went in the bag and I showed it on the other. The reason why I did the video earlier on going out was to show you the £5, because I haven't got it now, because I've spent it. Because I just went to get some milk and a packet of 20 of these because I was running out. No, I spent it. So, yeah, but listen to this. So, I was like, but it was folded in half again. It was just on, and I was like, I spent it. Finn, give it to the milkman. Why have I got like, yeah, well, I needed it, so, you know. So, I was like, oh. So I found that weird. Then I rang my mum and was like, you never guess what, you know, that £5, I said it was like as if it was that £5 again, because it was folded. I don't fold my money. It was just weird. I knew I didn't have any extra money about. The only time when I got some money out the other day was I got a £10 note out. I had to go to the job centre, so I knew I had £5 for me and £5 for my eldest son, because he was going in the same week. We're both going for these interview things. And the buses here are like a day saver. You can get there and back, are, well, all day, are like £4.50. So I knew I'd obviously only had 50p change. And I gave the other £5 to him, which he used. I went on the Tuesday and he went on the Thursday. So I knew he'd used that. So it's not like that was in my bag that I was supposed to give to Tyler, because Tyler used it to get on the bus. So I was like, that was weird. So I told my mum, I was like, you never guess what, and this was just before coming back from posting the post. I was like, yeah, £5 and it was folded. I never folded money. I just don't know where it came from. So when my mum went, oh, right, yeah, that's really weird. 10 minutes later, my mum rings me and goes, you never guess what, you know that £5 thing? So I went, yeah, what? And she went, I was just walking down the street thinking about what you said. I looked on the floor. There was a £5 note on the floor. She said, she always finds money. She said, but these two girls were walking in front of me, she said, and they turned round. So she said, obviously, she knew it was theirs. She went to give it them back. And then someone was behind her who was there. Mum going, what have I told you? Put your money in your pocket. It's always folding out. So I just thought that was funny. And then when I was walking back, because I had to come back again to get the postcode to go back out again, I noticed there was a, I'll show you, people on Instagram will have seen this. I noticed there was a dead bird on the floor on the corner of like my house, not my house, but just on the corner there. And I had to take a picture of it on the way back because I must have walked past it and not seen it. And then I thought, what's that thing there? So I don't know if you can see this picture properly. But it's like, it was not like, you know, when you see a little baby bird that's fell out of a tree, a little one, you're like, oh, it was bigger. It was about this big. So I don't know what bird it is. With no feathers on and that. A cat's probably had it, but I was just like, oh, I don't know if you can tell it's a bird, but obviously there's its beak. There's its beak and head and wings and that. Yeah, I couldn't pick it up where I was. I've done things like that in the past. I had a little bird that fell out of, I don't know, my roof or something, and I buried it, but no. So, you know, it's just left to nature there. But I saw that and I thought, oh, what, I wonder what. So I sort of Googled it. It won't be left, I don't think. It'll probably get moved anyway. And it was saying, obviously because it's dead, it's like death. But what I read was something important is about to happen, which I keep getting told in the cards and things that I've been watching, signs from nature. But generally it means transitions. I think there is a lot of transitions going on at the minute. And, you know, because like even in the death card, it means, you know, death, where there's death, there's always life. And it can mean the change of things and, you know, good things. So that was quite like signs from nature, even though I have been asking for signs. So that was all good. But I had to take a little picture. Oh, it's all right. I was just saying, Kelly, did you see that? Where did you go up to? The dead bird that I found. It can mean, it was on the corner, transitions, and there's something important about to happen. So, let me show you. So, it's on the way to the, new beginnings, because the end of life, new beginnings. There it is. The looked like a little roast chicken. I was like, oh. You see? Its head and its beak, and I was like, oh, because normally they're the little baby ones, so I don't actually know what that is. I did have a thought of like, if I could have got it, I could have, like people, I don't know what they do, but then they use the little bones and you can have a little bird skull thing, but I thought, no, I can't do all that. Yeah. So I don't know. And then, what else was there? What does that say? Well, I just think the money thing's a luck thing anyway. And a sign as well. And the bird. And what else was there? Don't think there was. I think I'm just going to do the chat now. Yeah, so I said I was going to come on and do a chat. I'm sure there's something on this table I was going to show you. No. A chat about, well, that's what the cards have been saying, and that's what someone else I was watching was saying the other day about Pisceans, about obviously when you're more open to it and you're looking for more things are coming in. And it did say, the card I pulled out the other day twice on the same day, it's about spiritual awakening and awareness, even though I'm obviously on that. But more and more signs and spirits are going to come in. Like I said about the vibes that I'm having about a few people on this channel, I'm just getting vibes. But yeah, and like this cracking the other day. Yes, I know the wick was near the glass, but some things I was talking about as well. And that's all good. And there were just certain people I've been listening to, but certain messages, private messages, I've been getting off people of really nice messages that have actually made me cry. So I know I'm on the right path, or whatever. But I wanted to talk about my path again. Have I tried to connect the dots about what? My path, because I have done it before, but I'm going to re-go over it again for people who might not have seen that one. And I know there's a few new witchy people who've come on and they might not have seen that one anyway. Not yet. No, I don't need to figure it out yet. I know some of it's opening up because I need to spread positive vibes and stuff, but no, not yet. I did find this the other day actually though. Some of you might have seen this book, and I found it and I was like, oh my God, because I did write some things in it. I was like, I can't show you what I've written in it, but I was like, I need to reuse it because it's not a planner where the dates are set in it. You can set the dates yourself, so I can reuse it. And apparently you can get an erasable pen, so I could write in it and erase it if I wanted to use it again. But it was a gorgeous book, but I'm just bummed that I used this much of it and I've messed it up, and I like things to be new. I know I say don't be precious about stuff, but like the stuff written in that was from a bit ago, so I don't really want it there. So I don't know yet what I'm going to do with it, unless I can reuse the cover myself, take it off. But if anyone's heard of, I know someone's got this on it, but I've had this for a couple of years and totally forgotten and found it. And obviously it's pink, and it's called Law of, the Law of Attraction. It's the planner. If you can see, it's got an eye on it with stars. It's a planner. And you do all your like ideas and your days with gratitude in and where's the like you've got your goals and was I in harmony? You have to fill in bits like so you're all in harmony with different things. And it was from America. It was quite dim. I mean, it's thick, and I had to wait a while for it to come. And I remember being mega excited when it came. So I'm going to look at that because I might be able to reuse it for something. Reuse the pages, but I might end up getting myself a new one in the end. But we'll see if I can reuse it. That might have been the thing I was going to show you. There's a couple of, before I get on my path chat, there was a couple of things that are coming for my birthday, because my birthday's on Tuesday. I think that my sister's got me. There's a couple of other little things that were mega cheap, but they're a bit witchy, so I'll probably show that when they come. But basically, and I'm not saying this, I'm not saying this, like I said, anyone can come here from any religion, whatever, it's whatever it is, as long as you're positive, it doesn't matter. So when I talk about a couple of things on here about my path, don't be offended. It's how I came on this path. So if I don't believe in something, it's no offence if you do. This is about me, not anybody else. So if you want to listen, you can. Don't be like, oh, well, you should believe in this. No, this is my path that I want to talk about, and don't be offended by this. If you are from a different religion or belief, this is, if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. But I did say when I was younger, well, some people do. When I was younger, my dad was in the army, so we were in the forces, and we used to live down south. So I'm from the UK, so it's down south. We did live in Germany for a little bit, and my sister was born in Germany. I don't think we were there that long. And then we were down south, down Warminster way, I can't remember. I'd have to ask again. Just trying to think, Bovington, Warminster, I don't know. But countrified, as I'd say, around the country a lot, where the barracks were, there was a lot of country farms and this, that and the other. And like I said before, when I was younger, about, I think I moved to where I live up near now when I was about 7 or 8. So it was obviously from before I was 6, up to 6 years old maybe. I don't know, don't know the proper age. But when I was younger, that's the majority of my younger life was brought up around like nature, as I remember. And I'm sorry to say, but I don't mean a better generation to say, just that of being out in nature, which nobody does a lot of now, because kids today are all on computers and stuff, and they don't, and sometimes it's not that safe. When I was younger, we used to play in the forest, we used to climb trees. I don't mean it's not safe not to climb trees, but I mean a lot of us used to play in the middle of the forest. We weren't ever thinking there might be a bad person there, even though I'm sure things happened in them days, but it wasn't like it was today, like, don't really want you going out. I want you to go out, but don't want you to go out. So yeah, well, we had all that as well, but it wasn't because of that. It was just, so we used to play in the forest and stuff, and obviously making mud pies in the mud and messing about near rivers. And I remember this tree in one of the places where we used to live, across the road from where we used to live, had like it was hollow, and we used to go through the tree and down the bottom, and remember being in the roots, and it used to come out on the sandbank. It was just, I used to think that was magical, because it was like a secret little tunnel thing you could go down. And in the woods you'd see like, what are them little things you blow, them clock things you count and they blow off, and in certain light you'd be like, the fairies are out, the fairies are out. And then like there was this tree, and I've said this before, I have got to think about trees, especially oak trees, but then I actually found out that my second name, the Irish, something to do with the Irish, what was it? I was going to say kilt, the Irish, what is it? Like one of the symbols anyway for this Irish part of my family that I found out about our name was on their shield was an oak tree. And I was like, no way, I've always had a thing about oak trees, because I see them as very wise and very this, that and the other. So that was good. And then what have you detracted there? Then there was an oak tree where I lived, and I just remember dancing around it when I was little, and I was little, and like I used to hug it, and I used to call it my best friend, and it was called Mr. Oak Tree, and I used to go in the forest and collect acorns for the the little hat things that are on the acorns, because I used to say, oh, they're for the fairies to eat out of, like bowls, or the fairies can use them for fairy hats, or when you've seen pictures of fairies with little acorn things on the head, and that's what I used to think. We had, there was hunting. I remember there was hunting. The beadles used to go off, for the foxes and that. But that wasn't a thing I thought about then. I was too young for all that. We used to have a farm near us where you'd open the back gate sometimes, and there'd be like a bull stood on like outside the house or something. It had escaped from the farm. Ferrets. We had a ferret once called Fred the Ferret. And we had a dog then called Seeker. We had... One day I remember opening the door, and there was a goat stood on the doorstep because he'd got out of the farm. No, I'm not into all that, or the thing to do with that. And then, what else? Oh, there was a swamp near us, so you wouldn't have had this now because it's health and safety. So where I used to live, not far, like 2 minutes away, was like, you used to have to go down to it, but it was a park for kids, but it was right near a swamp. The swamp was not gated off, it didn't have a fence around it, there was no safety thing of it, whatever. It was just a swamp and then a forest. And I remember me and my sister, and she was younger than me, she was 2 years younger than me, so she was a lot younger than me. Everyone used to play, different ages with everybody. And we'd be jumping in the swamp, because the swamp used to have like bumpy bits of grass in it, so we used to jump on it to the next one, like stepping stones. And I used to think at the time, the farmer used to come out with his shotgun and like be like, "Where? What are you doing?" And we used to be like, "Oh my God, he's horrible. The farmer's gonna get us. Ooh, he's trying to kill us." He wasn't. He was trying to scare us to get off the swamp. So we don't fall down it, so we don't drown or whatever. Because it were pretty deep, really. Because my sister fell down in it a couple of times, and these older lads, thankfully, pulled her out. And we used to get adders because of our snakes in England. Obviously, there was adders down. We used to see them. We'd be swinging on the swing near our house, and it'd be like, "Oh, look, there's a black adder." And I remember going knocking on this lad's door, going, "George," or something he was called. George, there's a snake, and he'd be like, "Oh, where's the snake?" And then we had little grass snakes. I didn't mind the grass snakes. So the grass snakes I used to pick up and put in my lunchbox and take them home to my mum, try and get them them sort of things. We were around nature a lot, in the woods, you know, always in the woods, climbing trees, messing around near rivers and swamps. Probably dangerous now, but that's what we did. You know, we used to use your imagination, like there's ghosts in the forest and the farmer's out to get us and all that. And I just remember looking back on it now, it was a magical time because not a lot of kids do that now because I don't know yet because I'm trying to talk about it. So there was all that. Just trying to think. And I remember sat in the sergeant's mess or whatever it was called in the barracks, and we had to go in the back. We weren't allowed in the pub bit because it's like a little pub for the army men. We had to sit in the back like the cooks bit. I don't know. We just remember sitting there and this film came on. I still to this day do not know what this film is called, but I know it was older. It could have been late 70s. I don't know. 80s. I don't know. Called The Sorcerer or something. And I just remember it had these witchy, sorcery people in it. And I remember just sitting there being like, this film's really good. It's if I ever find it, it's probably really naff now. But at the time I was like, well, this film's really good. Just trying to think. But it's not just about that. I'm just saying I was brought up around a lot of nature. And I do remember as well, we had this school and the field of the school was... I remember just being laid down in the grass and the grass was up here and it was just full of chrysalids, you know, caterpillars, chrysalids, so they were getting ready to come out as butterflies and they were always in red admirals, or were they red admirals, what they're called, black and red. There's butterflies everywhere. I've never got to think about butterflies. There's probably a load of things I've missed out, but basically I'm saying I was brought up around a lot of nature and I'm actually grateful that I was brought up then, because like I said, a lot of kids don't do this now. A lot of kids don't even go out. You know, they don't have all that. They're trying to bring stuff back into schools now, aren't they? Nurseries where they have, is it, what are they called? Forest schools and stuff, to get them back into the forest and using their imagination and making dens, like, you used to make dens and all that sort of stuff. There's just, I've probably, things might come back to me, but basically, I was brought up around nature, especially when my imagination was at the most heightened, if you know what I mean, because, you know, when you're younger. So that was that. And then there's things that have happened now and again. Yeah. Well, they do when you're doing activities outside and they're like, I'd rather be in on a computer, but that's why I can't wait for it to get a bit warm. I can just be out in the garden all the time. I love it. But I'm just trying to think. I think... So that was that. And then the past couple of years, because I've been on this path on and off, and I think I've always known about it because my dad was into certain things. Like, he'd tell us about stuff like Native American Indians and Tai Chi, just these different things that can enlighten you and, you know, make you feel relaxed, different sorts of different beliefs and different things. And my dad used to look into that and used to tell us things, and we'd be like, and there was books called The Message from God and a book with a really weird name, which was the same sort of thing, a really weird name. A few years back now, probably could read it now because I didn't properly understand it then, but these sort of books, I like the books like The Secret and this, that and the other, stuff to do with law of attraction and that, so I've always been into all that. Things I started to do and I started to come on this path, and then it sort of filtered out. Maybe when I got with Finn's dad, because I was doing it when I got with him, and then it sort of filtered out, you know, when the real life gets, I don't mean gets in the way, but maybe I stopped it a little bit because he was here and maybe I felt like I couldn't do stuff, or he's that sort of a person, if I was sat doing something or it took my time away from him, that he would you know, be like, come here and do this, you know, like distract me. So it was sort of there, and then it sort of went to sleep for a little bit. But mainly it's always been come back when you're feeling a bit down, because the stuff that I went through with what I went through with that situation, you know, brought me back on this path, because this path is what I'm trying to say to people. is a positive thing, and this is why I said I'm coming back to do this, to show people from what any religion, just to show you. That was another thing, actually, I'm not even looking at what I wrote down, is also, no, you don't, even if it's, you think you have, you don't. When I moved up to where I am now, say around 7, I remember, I'm lucky because I think, me and my sister were talking about this the other day, because I'm not laughing at this, but just see it as like, because like you might, if you are Christian or whatever, I'm just saying, my sister was at school and she said, I can't believe it the other day, they asked me to talk about, because she's a teaching assistant, someone asked us to do something because Easter's coming up, about hot cross buns, and you got to tell the kids what this is. She went, I don't even know what a hot cross bun's like, why and she said she had to take a class, and she said she was trying to explain it to the kids, going, and the reason why we have hot cross buns is, and the reason why this is, and then she said I was going, and I started laughing, not taking the mick out of that. I started laughing as I went, oh, do you know what? I said, me and you never took no notice. I don't mean that in a bad way. This is the point of where it's never resonated with me, like, of religion sort of thing, because not that it's a bad thing, each their own, believe in what you believe in. It's because I just remember when I said to my nana, what are we? She'd say Church of England. And the Church of England is the Archbishop of Canterbury. I've just wrote a little bit down, I don't know. But all I remember her thinking when she used to say that to me, remember, I'm only about 7 or something, was, what does that mean? Like, the Church of England, like, oh, the Church of England, went over my head, didn't think anything. Didn't go to church or anything. Well, we did a couple of times with my nana, not that my nana really went to church, so it didn't resonate with me, I didn't think anything of it. And I remember just going a couple of times for something, I don't know what for. And this was me in church. I just remember sitting there going, and I don't mean because some kids might find it boring in a sense, not to offend anyone, I just mean, because if you're little you might not know. I just remember thinking, I don't get it. I don't want to come here with me nana. What? I don't get it. Then I remember going to Sunday school with someone. It wasn't my family because they're not religious, and I'm grateful that I wasn't brought up to believe anything. I've just been left to, think what I think. So then it's like, I remember going to Sunday school with, I think it was a friend, and I had to go with him. So it wasn't through family because we just didn't do stuff like that. And yeah, we were making things, and then they started going on about the beliefs of that and this, that, and that. And I just remember sitting there again thinking, this really doesn't resonate with me. It's not a bad thing. It's just not for me. I still sat through it all and listened to it and whatever. I didn't, say anything nasty or, say it was wrong or anything. It just wasn't for me. So I think I only went there twice because, like I said, it was with a friend. I think I had to go with them because they were going, or the mum was looking after me, so I had to go there or something. I just remember thinking, it's not for me. Then at school, we did religious education, RE. I never listened in RE because, like I said, when my sister got asked about this, that's because we weren't religious. I know it sounds awful, I didn't listen in religious education because it didn't appeal to me. And at the time, I think there was only one. We didn't really talk about other beliefs or anything. So I know that might seem bad to some, but I just never really listened because it didn't interest me, and there was nothing in it that I thought, oh yeah, I just didn't really think anything. But over the time from when I've left school, so don't forget I was at school, so you know what teenagers like stuff. I've left school, things have happened in my life, because like I said, I'm 41 on Tuesday, so with age comes a bit of wisdom. I know people can have a bit of wisdom when they're younger, but you do have to go through a few things and learn a few things on the way to sort of understand and find your path. Whatever that path is, it could be religion, it could be any religion, any belief, whatever, just your path. This is my path. I don't know what everybody else's path is, but mine's, like I'm trying to say, it's a positive path. So things have happened and stuff, and I've always thought, why this and why that and blah, blah, blah. But the only thing that's lifted me up is this path I'm on, for me. It doesn't have to be for anyone else. For me, it's lifted me up. It's made me see things. I get a lot of enjoyment out of little things that people would poo-hoo or don't even notice, because no, a lot of people are not mindful. You know, like, I'm just loving them flowers over there because they're absolutely massive. And when they came out the other week, I was like, oh my God, they're so pretty and I can't believe it. And I don't know if it's because they got the crystals on, but they're frigging massive now. You know, little things I see in nature as well, that most people wouldn't notice. Little things make me happy. Making other people happy make me happy. And I'm not saying you can't do that on other beliefs and religions. Of course you can, but it's a thing with this path is a lot to do with nature and using nature and the elements to manifest what you want to bring in your life. For me, but then obviously, like I said, if I'm happy, then it manifests for my family and my friends and the people that I love, and also for other people, because I like to send the positive vibes out to you lot. Is that Alicia? I don't know if it is. Hi. You know, I like to send the positive vibes out to other people, to help other people. Like I've said, or it probably is, I haven't got it on my phone, Alicia, it probably is because, well, I know I'm on the right path because I've had messages off you all, and you know who you are, the people who've sent me private messages about how I've helped them, and I'm like, I've helped them, and they're like, yeah, for your positivity and the things that you're saying. You know, I don't come in here slagging people off. Yeah, I've had a couple of rants sometimes, but I said, I don't come here slagging people off and this, that and the other, like some other channels do that are full of drama, because I just think, like I said, we have enough of that in the world. There's no need for it. If you like drama and you like I was saying earlier on about being deceitful and stuff, and you like all that sort of stuff, then go and do that on someone else's channel. But basically, the path of a witch is to, and some people are like, oh yeah, but there's I don't know what they call it, like black magic. Yeah, there are people who practice in that, but that's something completely different. Mine isn't. It's a path of nature and using nature, like I said, and the elements. And the elements are earth, air, fire and water and spirit, and that's what the pentagram stands for. If you didn't know, spirit, earth, air, fire and water, the 5 points. Also, if you look at it, people say as well, what's that sign where the man is got his legs and arms out like that in a circle, like a person, head, arms, hands, legs, feet, universe. We all have a part of stars in us. If you didn't know, when the Big Bang happened, if you don't know that and you think it sounds mad, go and Google it. We all have bits of stars in us. We're all made up from bits of stars and stuff. So when people look at that, they think it's a scary thing. That's why I said I'll come on here and stand up for people of the witchy persuasion or spiritual persuasion like that, because some people are uneducated. They've just been told off to parents, or they've been told off friends or family, oh, don't go near that. You know, as a young child, don't, you know, if you see that sign, it's evil, it's the sign of the devil and all this. Witches don't believe in the devil. I'll tell you who the devil is. The devil are people like the media, like I've said before. It's the big corporate banks and things like that, and the government. Puppet masters. They're the ones you've got to look out for. Puppet masters don't believe in the devil. So I just came on my path through when I got upset about something, and I realised a few things, and I was like, do you know what? Because a lot of people do say it's from when they've been feeling a bit down is when they find spirituality, because you get enlightened sort of thing and start seeing things different, and it's a mindset. And you know, if you weren't happy, you realise you can be happy, and it's being happy. It's not about those keeping up with the Joneses things, those materialistic things. Yes, we all like to buy little bits and bobs, but it's not about keeping up with the Joneses. People get depressed these days and upset because, and it's pathetic, it's because they're looking at what everyone else has got, and the stars as well, the people in the film industry and all that, because they've got loads of money. And I mean, a lot of them commit suicide, so they're not always that happy, are they? But they're thinking, oh, such and such, but have you seen her car next door? Well, I want one of them. I'm so jealous, because jealousy comes into it a lot, like I said before at the beginning about being deceitful, and sometimes it's people who are close to you, people who say that you're your friends, sometimes it's family. You can't choose what family you're born into, and it doesn't mean just because the family are friends that they're not going to pull the wool over your eyes sometimes or lie about you. But You know, it is the way the world is. And I just got distracted again. What was I just talking about? What was I just saying then? It's because I was trying to think of something else at the same time. Someone say something. What was I just saying then? I need to get my drink. Who's listening? Say something. What was I saying then? Oh yeah, jealousy. So, yeah. So you're like, oh, look at what that car she's got now. Oh, look at that dead expensive handbag she's got. Oh, she's got this and that. Yeah. To the outside world on pictures maybe doesn't mean they're happy, and you know you can't take it all with you when you die. At the end of the day, but because people today are going after things all the time, and it's more money, more greed, more money. It's all to do with money. That's what it's all to do with. Money and greed, money and greed. They're all after that, this, that, and the other. You know, sometimes yeah, you go shopping and it makes you happy because you bought this, that, and the other, and then sometimes, and I learned that sometimes after you like feel a bit empty. Like it made me happy for them, like hour that I was shopping and I got all these things, but it's not a person who can give you a hug. It's not a object that can speak to you and be there for you and tell you everything's going to be all right. It's just an object, and like you probably end up throwing it away in a few months because if it's something fashionable, it's probably gone out of fashion. But if you understand what I'm trying to say, being happy is not through keeping up with Joneses, because you have to be like everybody else. I don't want to be a sheep. Yeah, material items. Don't get me wrong, I like buying myself things, but I do go to the thrift stores and things because I enjoy it. I think it's fun, you find treasures in there. But I do like buying things as well, but not overly like, oh God, I'm so upset. Oh, my life would be better if I had this designer handbag, or oh, I had this sporty car. Or it's like, get a grip of yourself, you know. That's why people are in debt. But then again, I'm not going to go into it. That's why corporates and things like that want us to be in debt, because it's more money. It's more money. You're in debt. It's that vicious circle that you're in. So it's not about that. It's about the little things in life, having good friends and family and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to say, people see this path as evil and this, that and the other. And these are normally the people that are not open-minded. They haven't actually gone and researched about it properly. They're just going off what somebody said to them. Chinese whispers, you know, that thing of said this and then it gets changed into something else down the line. To me, there's nothing wrong with any religion or belief as long as it's positive and you're sharing the love. Because some stuff gets twisted. Some religions get twisted. Some beliefs get twisted, or, you know. Well, that's what I mean. I feel sorry for these stars who make loads of money. You know, loads of money. And then they have all these friends around them. But it's like, but are they your real friends? Are they with you because they actually like you? Or are they with you because they gain something off you for having lots of money, like you're always buying stuff, or, you know, you're buying them expensive gifts? So do you actually know that your friends are your friends? Or is it just because, you know, people come out the woodwork when, oh, there's money about and this, that and the other? You know, I got happy when these came through the door. I got happy when I brought them flowers of the week. That's the like tiny little thing. It's not, I've just brought myself a Chanel handbag because, you know what I mean? Though, you know, you can buy what you want. But if you get what I'm saying, it's not all about that. The more you try to keep up the Joneses, the miserable you'll be, because the Joneses will get something else. So once you've got that new car, you'll be like, shit, they've got a new one and it's better than mine, so I need to get myself in debt to go and get another one. Oh, look, they've got another one. Oh, they've changed this, they've changed that. What? Because you think it makes them happy because they're all over Facebook and Instagram going, oh, yeah, well, that doesn't mean they are. Inside, behind closed doors, you don't know nothing about anybody. So, yeah, I'd say I came on my path through the naturey side. I've always liked all that, and I'm lucky enough to live near a countryside a little bit. It's not not hard for me to get there. And then I've always just loved magical fairy tales and like witchy films and things with trees in, and people talking about that in the tarot and ghosty things and bits and bobs, you know, all that sort of stuff. Trying to think. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm always off I'm always off in a different realm. I'm never really in reality, but that's the way we are, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, imperfections are good. We've all got them. People try to make out perfect. Nobody's perfect. But there's more, because the thing with this path is you're learning all the time. So you're learning about new things all the time, and there's loads of lovely things to learn about. I want to learn about, I think Kelly put it up today, about, more of the chakras, crystals, meditating and stuff like that, because things come through meditation. There's herbs. There's so much to learn about, and that's what they say. You put in your book of shadows, you're learning stuff, you're writing it down as a record, so you've got it there, because like I said, some people do it on computers and stuff, but I know when I write stuff down, it goes in more because I've got to write it all out. Yeah, but some people don't have to comment, it doesn't matter, because I know some people know me, they don't want to comment, and they feel a bit, but I'm not bothered, it doesn't matter. Some people can be silent watchers, and that's fine. There's so much, that's why I've got to start it, because I've sort of started, stopped, I've got to start it. And some people say, yeah, see, some people say, like, oh, you've got to do a year in a day, and no, you don't. You start when you start, and then when you feel like writing it down, you don't have to be like, oh my God, I need to, because I know, Pink, I forgot your name, sorry, but Nini, you started your path, you are very, at the beginning, I think everybody's like, oh my God, crystals, oh my God, I need a witchy necklace, oh my God, I need a grimoire, I need a book of shadows, I need this, I need that, well, I'm spending money, and you do, because you get excited, but then you realise somewhere down the line, as I've just said, that materialistic thing, we do like it, and yes, it's nice to buy things, and I buy things now and again, but you don't actually need the tools. The tools are there to focus your intentions on putting your intentions out there, your wishes, your spell, or whatever you want to call it. It's there to help you focus, but it's nice to have them witchy things, especially if you like visually, you like your visual things. You don't actually need them. The magic comes from you. It comes from the end of setting your intention out there and letting it go out there and just absolutely believing it. So you actually don't need anything. It's all in you, but we like to use them things. And it is more powerful as well. I was saying to Nini the other day, it's nice to buy off people, they do candles and spells and all that, and that's great, and it's supporting them. But also, because I buy little bits and bobs, it's really good to make your own. Like, because I'm crafty anyway, but that comes into the craft. That is another thing that I like about it, is you do make your own things. And I've shown you things before, and I made that yesterday. It's just a little lavender spray for the side, just when I'm cleaning, for like positive vibes and protection, because it's got lavender in it and a amethyst stone in the bottom that you can't see. And it was simply just made of, it was water, sterilised water, and was it lavender and a stone, because that's all I had on me. I didn't have any vodka, because I had vodka in my cupboard once, if he's interested. Vodka to make I can't say, is it tincture, I can't say the word, but you use the vodka when you pull in oils from flowers and stuff, and you have to leave it so long to steep. And I've done that before, I did that last year. And I thought, why was that vodka in the cupboard? Because I don't really drink alcohol, but I thought it must have been from Christmas one time. I thought I'll save it for doing that with. And then my mum drank it, so I haven't got any. A tincture. So I didn't have that. So I just thought I'd do a little water spray, and if it goes all smelly and all, I can get rid of it, but it smells of lavender for now. But sometimes you just have to use what you've got, so I did. But yeah, you just get on the path and you're like, oh my God, I need this and I need that. But like I said, you don't actually. The most powerful things come from you, and that goes for spells as well, your wishes and your intentions. You'll get all the books as well, because I'll show one of them. I've had all the books as well. I have had a few, and this is one of them. A lot of people will know this one. When you want to read and you want to do, because that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to read up on stuff. You're supposed to get your information from everywhere and gather your information. Oh, I'm rubbish at pronouncing words. So, you'll be like, oh, and it says do this spell in here and do this and do that. And then gradually, you may be one of them who you know, you do follow a couple of things at the beginning. You're like, oh, I've got to do it like this, and someone said you've got to put this there and use that candle here and this, that, and the other. And then in the end, I was just like, I don't like it. It doesn't feel right to me. I want to do things the way I want to do them. And I want to say the words I want to say, because then I'll remember it, and you write it down anyway. And they're my words, so they're more powerful, because it's not somebody else's words with what someone else reckoned happened for them. It's for me. So you will eventually, I think, start doing your own thing after. Hi, Hayley Sparkle, Stitch and Stick. I always want to say Sparkle, Stitch and Bitch. I don't know why. It's like if I came on here and said, hey, witches, be like, hey, bitches, because I get things mixed up all the time. I always want to say that. I know, like, hey, bitch. Only joking. You know what I mean? I said it before, didn't I? I was like, oh, I always want to say. It's because it's a bit of a tongue twister. If you said it fast, I think it would say bitch on the end of it. By the way, she's not. But then books like this are good, because this is an encyclopedia, I can't even say that, of magical ingredients. And all it is it says spell casting, but all it is a book of flowers and stones and different things like that. That when you look it up, like Brussels sprouts, for instance, which is just there. Yeah, well, we can all be bitches when we want to be, the witchy bitch. Brussels sprouts, for instance, you might not know this. The ruler is the moon, Brussels sprouts. The type is a vegetable, obviously. The magical form is the stem. On a full moon, steam and eat the Brussels sprouts to make your money last longer. Eat them salted. I like Brussels sprouts, actually. Eat them salted for protection and peace between family members. That's another thing I was saying about, like, kitchen witch, if you're making food, you know. Oh, I do like Brussels sprouts, yeah. I don't eat them, and I don't tend to have them at Christmas, but things like flowers, and it'll tell you what the, let me see. A daisy, what does that say? Daisy. Like a daisy says, Venus, the ruler's Venus, the type is a flower. Magical form, the petals. It says, a flower of friendship and courtship. The daisy is used to open up social or romantic opportunity. Add the petals to bathwater on Wednesdays to draw new friendships. But basically what I'm saying is, if that's the sort of magical power they say, like a daisy has, then maybe if you're doing like an intentions for friends, like, I don't know what intentions for friends, but like I said, you can use a teacup and put a candle in it. You could put daisies around it, because that's the, like, what do you call it, like, not signal, the, what's the word, the sign for friendship in a flower is daisies, if you know what I mean. So books like this are good when you can start putting your own little things together. Yeah, some people do that. Yeah, and then like, where did it say? It's got celery in it. It's got bits of plants and bits. It's even got cheese. Cheese. Where's? Aha. See, like, it says cauldron. The cauldron. It says altar tool, obviously. Iron pot. A sacred symbol of the feminine. The cauldron represents the womb of the goddess. The witch mixes all her magic in this pot, from which the goddess, I can't even say her name, drew all her wisdom and witchcraft. In medieval times, cauldrons were used for cooking and placed inside the, how do you call it, hearth fire, whatever you call it. I can't say that word. In modern Wicca, the cauldron is made of cast iron and placed on the altar as a representation of air. Incense is burned, because that's what I do sometimes. When I have it out, sometimes I have it out, sometimes I don't. Burned within it. On Beltane, witches, coven members leap over a fire cauldron set outdoors to receive the blessings of the season. So I'm sorry, people who think, you know, Jesus, she's got a cauldron in her house. Well, did you hear what I just said? What's evil about that? Nothing. When you start looking into things. So that's what I mean. If you're getting told of someone, oh, this is that, you need to go and do research yourself to find out what it's about, and not take someone's word that, oh my God, it's evil, when you haven't actually looked into yourself. You can't always believe what other people say just because someone said it. Go and do your research and look for it yourself, and then make your own mind up what you think. Even if you're not a believer of this path, at least you can be like, no, actually, you know, I watched someone, I've read up, it's not about that. You might not want to go down this road, but you might take bits where you think, yeah, but it's good though, it's nice, I know what she's saying, but people are, you know what I mean. Like crystals, it says, ruler, earth mother, type, minerals, magical form, raw or polished. All forms of crystals have healing powers, as we all know. Some witches use them as wands or daggers. Crystal balls are used for scrying or divining the future. Spirits and astral masters can be channeled through crystals. They bring energy and renewal to the physical and astral body. When placed on altars, they magnify the intention of the altar tools vibrating. Be sure to clean crystals in salt water before use. I have crystals on there. They're over there in the box. When I did the little teacup you can see over there near the stag, that had things in it and crystals in it, because you can use the colour of the crystal, whatever that crystal represents, to put your intention out. Bye, Jack. So there's all that sort of stuff, but it's basically, I've just nattered on about things because it's basically to say, yes, there are some people who probably practice dark things, but at the end of the day, my path is about positive and light, and it's about growth of myself to help me in my life, but also to show others and help others. Like I said, people have told me it does, so I'm obviously doing the right thing. Don't think there was anything else I was going to say. Oh, but basically, yeah, I'm just saying about this end bit is you don't need everything, but you most likely when you first come on the path will, because it's like a magpie. I'm like that anyway. It's like shiny shinies. I need this, I need that, and then eventually, you know, like incense and this, that, and the other, which I need some new incense, which is all good. But you remember as well that the most powerful thing comes from within you, comes from the things that you craft yourself, and the words that you speak as well. But it is nice to buy off other people and get information off people, because they might go, oh, I use this and that, like I'm going to be coming telling you some of the stuff I do. You might want to use it. Mine's more modern, I think. But don't be put off if someone says, like I was going back to before, if people put you down. Don't be put off by if someone you think's a bigger practitioner than you, because they've been on YouTube and they're massive, or a lot of people know them, and they're saying, well, it's not right because you should be doing it this way. No, that's right for them. Maybe it's because they want you to buy stuff off them or whatever, I don't know, but it's what feels right to you. If they're saying use this stone because it's there, but you feel, some people go, I know I don't like that crystal, it's just I don't like it, something about it, I don't like, use something else. Just because they said it doesn't mean, what's the point if you put something out and you're thinking, yeah, but I didn't like that. It's not going to work, is it, if you're thinking you don't like it? So you just do it the way you want to do it. I do it the way I want to do it. That's why I'm going to come and show you, because mine's a bit more modern. You don't have to do it just because someone's a bigger YouTuber or someone's telling you it's wrong. It's not wrong. That's right for them. What's right for you is different. Like in life, the stuff my friends do that I don't want to do because I just don't like it. So I'll do it the way I want to do it. They don't like it, but you know, you've got to do what's right for you. Oh, I was trying to say your name before, and I was like, it's the Nini, pink goddess red, is it? I couldn't remember your name, and I was just like, Nini will know when I say Nini. But I am going in a bit, but you'd be able to watch this after if you've just come on. But I was just saying about how you get all, yeah, goddess red. So go and check her channel out, because I know she's a new witch, but you get all excited at the beginning, you want to buy everything. But like, I've got this mug today. But the most powerful thing is inside you, and the words you speak and the things that you craft, make and stuff like that. And people get like, I can't do it. And like, you can. But I will be showing stuff like that of like what I do. Like I was just, when I was saying, Nini, about teacup the other day, I meant this. This has been done, but it's just been sat here for a while, so I can clear it off really. I got these teacups gifted to me, which are cute anyway. You can pick these up in charity shops. And then it was like a spell, so it had flowers on it, because the flowers were representing whatever the intention was putting out there. I can't remember now, it's been sat there for a while. It must have been love or something, yeah, or whatever it was, because it's got a bag of rose quartz. A little love bottle spell thing that I did a while back. Flowers, feathers, and it did have a rose quartz in that. I just took it out actually because you like hearts and you like pink, because Nini likes pink like me. It was a little pink rose quartz heart that was in there, and then it had a candle in it. So once the once the candle was burned down, that was the intention that I put on it when I was thinking about it, putting it all together. Once that was burnt down, it had been sent off into the universe, and that's how I do things sometimes. You can be modern with it, you know. I thought it was quite cute, and it looked quite cute on there as well. But I will get that cleaned off, so I think I'll just pull a card and just see what pops out today. And anyone wondering about the date on Sunday, I've not actually checked. Well, I've not checked. Dave's got it back. Not said nothing, so he's getting deleted. Merry meet. She's saying merry meet. Some are witchy on here, some aren't. Some just come to, you know, have a nosy. But I'll just pull a card. So he's getting deleted because I'm not bothered. I've got a night out coming up very soon. It's my birthday on Tuesday, so, you know, ain't worth my time. Let's see, message. No, really. Waiting for one to jump out. Ooh. Could be sat here all day now. Or a message to everybody. Oh! Oh no. I can't say oh no, because we all know. We all know this. I've just spoke about it as I've just spoke. So I've just took this off the altar because it was on the altar. If you saw my video the other day, put it back in the deck. You've just seen me shuffling and what's just fell out again. So there's no getting away for it. He's around, but it ain't that guy that was supposed to be going on a date with. But I don't know why I keep saying oh God, because I know. But I'm just like, obviously, back on there again. I normally pull a card and leave it on there, but obviously it's got to go back on. So it'll go back on. I don't know. And look who's at the end as well, the magician. Ooh. So, yeah, if you've just come on, you might have to go watch it from the beginning because I'm not going off now. I've been on for quite a while. I'm glad Nini came on to watch a little bit. I'm glad I could say hi. Go and check her channel out. And yeah, so I will be coming back with, because I've just done that natter about a bit about the path and the natter at the beginning. Obviously I will be coming with the different bits that I do, book reviews and stuff like that, all that stuff that, you know, the others do. And hopefully the name will change to Witchy Ways instead of Dolly Daydream. So if you see that and think, what's that? I didn't subscribe to it. It's still me doing what I do, but it's having a name change because I'm growing anyway. When my son upstairs actually decides to do it, it'll probably take him about a week to do it, but it will change, so just to let you know. And also, Nini, when I came on your channel before and said about that dead bird, that signified as change and good things. And, you know, like when you get the death card, it doesn't always mean the death card. It's about, you know, changes for the good. Things die, things, you know, there's life after things dying and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so I'm going to go now because I'm going to go and tidy up my mess on this table. You know, I'm going to go and chill out. I'm going to go and, I was going to actually sit here. I was going to try and do this while I was talking to you lot, but I know I just get distracted and I can't do it. So I was going to sit here and, well, I was just saying that's a good book. Solitary Witch from Silver Raven Wolf was one of the first books I got years ago. Yeah, I'm going to sit back and try and do a bit of my Book of Shadows, because everyone would probably think, well, she should have had one ages ago. No, I shouldn't have done. I did and I didn't, and then I didn't. And it's in a pink book. It's in a pink book because it doesn't have to be, you know, when I've started, I just thought, no, I'm going to put it in the book that I've been putting my pictures that I like in, the Witchy page, the Witchy girl that I made out of magazine cuttings, And I thought, no, I'm going to do it on here. So I'm doing about my star sign. That's just a page for supplies that I'm running out of. Pisces, and that's the actual, you know, the what do you call it? The zodiac sign in the sky. That's Pisces. The two fish symbolises Pisces, and then there's the symbol as well I've not put on there actually. And then I'm just doing a page on my star sign. It's a water sign, obviously, so I've put a mermaid on it. Bit about that, but I just go along. I don't start at the beginning of anywhere when I've been thinking about doing it. It's just I just start where I want to start, and I'm going to have different volumes of it. So this is volume 1. The other book might be in a more Book of Shadows looking one, I don't know. I just want different volumes because I think a massive book would just put me off. I'd just be like, oh my god, it's too big, I don't know where to start. But like I said, you do everything the way you want to do it. There's no set rule. Especially if you're solitary, there's no set rule. If you're in a thing where they're telling you you've got to do this and that, then fair enough. But if you're not, you do it the way you want to do it. So I'm going now. Have a nice Saturday. You may see me tomorrow if something pops up. But I just can't believe the money thing. The dead bird on the corner. Oh. And yes. But even if that guy gets back to me, it's a no-no because no. No. So I'll see you all soon, and thanks for everybody who watched, and blessed be. Bye. And I can't get off.